In my home lab, I have a Cisco switch which connects to my Proxmox host via a trunk link. And in this video, I will break down this exact setup step by step if you want to do something similar. Let's analyze the photo real quick. So here at the top, that's the switch. And here at the bottom, that's an old Sophos firewall that I just reconfigured as a simple Proxmox host, which is enough for demo purposes. The red cable here is connected to my MacBook, and it's in management VLAN 99, so there's an access port configured on the switch. This connection allows me to SSH into the switch and manage the switch because the switch has an SVI in this VLAN. Now the Proxmox host also has a virtual interface in this VLAN, and that way I can open it up in the browser and manage it through the GUI. The next port next to my access port 99 is actually connected to my phone, but we do not have to worry about this in this video. Then because my Sophos firewall has so many network interface cards, I could also easily connect to the internet by way of getting a cable from my ISP, or in this case actually I plugged it into my home router, and then my home router actually gives me a DHCP IP address, and this way I could connect to the internet, but that's not the focus of this video. The most important part here is the purple VLAN trunk between my switch and the Proxmox host, and here it's connected in the 6th interface, I think. And this allows us to then send the tagged VLAN traffic between the two devices. The management VLAN is a 172.16.10/24 subnet, and my MacBook has an IP address in exactly that range. It has 172.16.10.10 manually configured. And this way, I'm now able to access the GUI of the switch in the browser because the switch has a management IP address of 172.16.10.3. So let's quickly do that. So while I could technically SSH into the switch and show you the configuration using the CLI, I don't want to do it because the iOS version of the switch is extremely buggy and old, so I rather show you in the web GUI. So let me open up the GUI. I'm already connected here at 172.16.10.3. That's the management IP address of my switch. And if I go into IP configuration IPv4 interface, you can see that this is the SVI that I manually configured. It's static and it has this IP address. But why am I able to access this VLAN 99? Well, because I have a VLAN 99 configured, management VLAN, and this VLAN is attached to the Gigabit Ethernet 1 port, which remember is this port right here, and this is where my MacBook is connected to. So that way I'm able to manage everything here. I have two other VLANs, the voice VLAN and the native VLAN, a custom native VLAN, because I don't want to use the default native VLAN 1 for security reasons. If I go to port VLAN membership, once again, we can see that, or actually to interface, to interface settings, that's the one. Yeah, this GUI is a bit strange. I would normally not do this. We can see that the Gigabit Ethernet 26 port is configured as a trunk port. And that makes sense, right? Because that's this purple port right here that's connecting into Proxmox. And if I go to port VLAN membership and I click on the trunk port and then click join VLAN, we can inspect that the native VLAN has been set to 4000 instead of the default 1. And the allowed VLANs are 99 through 100. So that's the range that we allow. And that's basically everything that is necessary in terms of the switch configuration. I'm now going to head over to my Proxmox host and show you how it is configured. My Proxmox host has the IP address of 172.16.10.2, and because it's in the same management VLAN and the same subnet, I should be able to access this. Also, I needed to specify the port number because port 80 is not the port that this host is listening on. If I hit enter, I'm now connected to my Proxmox. Now if I head over to PVE, which is the default node on Proxmox, I can see all the network interface cards of my Proxmox. And that makes sense because my Sophos firewall has so many of them. This sixth interface right here corresponds to ENP9S0, and it is bridged to VMBR0, which is a Linux bridge. And a Linux bridge, you can think about it, you can think of it as a virtual switch. You can see that's the bridge port is ENP9S0, and this right here is by default not activated, so it's not VLAN aware by default. You have to make sure that you absolutely select this, otherwise VLAN awareness is not working. The next step is to create the VLAN interfaces. And in order to do that, you have to go to Create Linux VLAN and then specify the Linux bridge. In our case, VMBR0, and then you add a dot and then add the VLAN ID. So for example, 120. And then if you want to, you can also give it an IP address for management. I'm not going to create now. I'm going to show you the 99 IP, which is 172.16.10.2, and that's exactly the one we are accessing right now. So it's management and it is VLAN tag 99. Not all of your Linux VLAN interfaces, or whatever you want to call them, they need to have an IP address. So for example, I could easily remove this from my voice VLAN and just apply the configuration real quick. Because really, I only need to have an IP address on the management VLAN because that's the one that I'm using to manage it through the GUI. To wrap this video up, I would like to give you a demonstration of a VM here inside of Proxmox that is able to ping my MacBook and vice versa. So VM100 right here, it is in the management VLAN. We can see right here, it is connected to VMBR0 and has a VLAN tag of 99. And if I go to console, I have to obviously log in. And once I'm logged in, I'm going to show you the IP configuration for this virtual machine. I'm going to type in ncpa.cpl, which brings us to the network settings, network connections. And if I go to properties, I go to IPv4, I can see it has a IP address of 172.16.10.100. Let me bring in the terminal of my MacBook, and I'm now going to ping this exact IP address. So 172.16.10.101. And as you can see, the ping is successful. Okay? What I'm now going to do is I'm going to change the VLAN tag real quick. So I'm going to set this to 100, and we can do this while the VM is running. It's kind of like changing the access port on a switch. And once again, if I open up the terminal and I try to ping it, well, it is no longer working. Let me bring that back. 99. All right, and it should be working in any moment, and it is indeed working again. And I could obviously do the same. I could go on here and I could open up a terminal, command prompt, and ping 172.16.10.10, and I'm able to ping my MacBook Pro. So that was basically all I wanted to show you in this video. Once again, let me give you a brief summary. So we have configured a trunk port between my Proxmox host and my Cisco switch. And because I allow VLAN 199, I'm able to access the Proxmox GUI from my MacBook Pro, because my MacBook Pro is in the management VLAN and connected to this port right here. If I go again here, we can see all the network interfaces. Remember that you have a physical interface that must be bridged to one of your Linux virtual switches. And then you use this Linux virtual switch to create the respective Linux VLANs. And then you assign these VLANs to your virtual machines. Okay, That was all that I wanted to show in this video. If you have any questions, make sure to comment in the comments below. I'm happy to answer any of your questions. Maybe watch this video a second time because I know it can get a bit confusing, especially when you have to combine virtualization with VLANs. My mind was blown at first. So I completely understand if you need help. So make sure to comment below and like if you like this video. Thanks so much for watching.